Mike Leach really does believe his program's gaining traction.
Luke Falk showed that he was up to the task, averaging over 400 yards per game. You know you're going to get offense.
Watch out. They could put up some extraordinary numbers.
Touchdown!
Touchdown!
Touchdown, Washington State!
Well, if you want to be in games in the Pac-12 Conference, you've got to be able to score.
It's year 4 of the Mike Leach era. He has his guys in place. Now, with the players that he's brought in, it's time to prove.
It's stop number 9 on the Pac-12 Network's football training camp tour, and it's presented by 76. The focus, the Washington State Cougars. We are in Pullman, Washington, the country's most prolific passing offense from a season ago. Not expecting any sort of drop-off with Mike Leach at the helm. And with that, we welcome you inside Martin Stadium. Mike Yam, Yogi Roth, and Nigel Burton with you. Expectations right now. Some would say, hey, maybe not all that high coming off a 3-win season. Both of you guys think get ready for bowl season.
Well, that's the standard that has been set. I think Mike Leach might have won a little too early his first year here. His second year, they get to a bowl game. Last year, they struggled a little bit. But the big thing for them is they got to win the turnover differential battle. Last 3 years, they're minus 31. Oregon, plus 56. So it just goes to show you how critical that is. I think that's the biggest thing for this team. They have to be opportunistic, taking the ball, and then if they get it, being opportunistic and scoring points.
And I think you hit the nail on the head. It's going to be about turnovers, but also I think it's going to be about the playmakers here on offense. I think they've got more talent up here than people are giving them credit for. Coug fans, start packing your bags and right around mid to late December, because I'm telling you, you're going to be bowling with the kind of depth that they have at some critical spots.
I think Cougars fans right now are smiling ear to ear, especially because you make reference to the depth and the playmakers that are available. So who in your mind can be a difference maker this season?
I think if all that's going to actually happen, it's going to be the defense. It's got to be able to take the next step for this program. I think Isaac Dotson is going to be the guy who's going to lead that charge. You're talking about a guy with the size of a linebacker, the coverage ability of a defensive back, and the head of a quarterback, because he was a quarterback. He was actually recruited here to play quarterback. So I see that being a guy who can really help make those turnovers in the secondary. Only 3 picks last year. That's the guy.
Big hitting quarterback. What's going on with that?
I'll tell you what. That's awesome, huh?
Well, his competitive temperament is just going to make this team better, and River Craycraft's going to continue to make this team better. He is 66 grabs a year ago, their leading returning receiver. I love this young man. Plays the slot, but I love him because they go to him on critical downs and distances, and that's when you become a bowl-eligible team. Third downs, they went to him the most out of any receiver a year ago. In the red zone, they loved going to him, and they need to do that again, because last year, they're red zone efficient. When they got inside the 10-yard line, they did not do well. Only 37% of the time they came away with touchdowns. That is not good enough if you want to go bowling.
Now, speaking of going bowling, one bowl appearance last 11 seasons. 2013, a couple seasons ago, as you mentioned, Mike Leach maybe winning a little too early, but everyone loves wins. And a fast start is exactly what this team is going to need to head back to a bowl game. Portland State, Rutgers, and Wyoming, the potential maybe to go 3-0, although I think Scarlet Knight fans are quick to remind us what happened a season ago. Meanwhile, Mike Leach, I like to be specific on my bumps when we're talking about guests that are coming up, but it's Mike Leach. I have no idea what he's going to talk about. The always quotable coach is joining us next on the Pac-12 Network's Football Training Camp Tour, presented by 76. It's the Pac-12 Network's Football Training Camp Tour, and it's presented by 76. Mike Yam, Yogi Roth, Nigel Burton with you. All about the Washington State Cougars, an opportunity to see them today at practice, and of course expectations. Well, we started off the top of the show, and both Yogi and Nigel saying, hey, let's get back to a bowl game. I know that would bring a smile to Mike Leach's face as he joins us here on the show. Coach, always great to have you here. We were messing around before our open. A lot of times we just kind of rehearse some things, and I had thrown it out there. I didn't even make air, but I had made reference to Luke Falk being the starting quarterback this season. And Yogi goes, whoa, wait a second. There's still a little bit of a competition going here. Put this to rest for me. Where are we going in terms of the quarterback spot in week number 1?
Well, we're looking at both of them, and they're both battling it out. They both look good. Luke brings experience, and then, of course, started last year, averaged 460 yards passing a game, which I thought was really impressive. And then Bender's got a real quick release, a real live arm, and so it's quite a competition now, and they both do a great job.
Coach, how about your offensive line? You show up here, there's 6 scholarship offensive linemen. Now you've got more than double that. Where is that team growing? Everybody coming back for this season.
Yeah, we went from 6 to now we're up to 18, so which that's better. And then, so we're starting to develop a little depth. We're pretty young there still, but we do have all 5 back from last year, and they've had a really good camp so far. Got on them a little today, but they've had a really good camp.
Well, I tell you what, I always leave it to Yogi to talk about offensive guys. So, got to talk about the defense a little bit. And I know making the transition this year to the full-time to the 3-4. And just wondering, what are your expectations for the defense this year?
Well, the biggest thing they're doing really good right now is they're running to the ball. We got some depth in our D-line. We're starting to get some faces emerge in the secondary. And so they're starting to get, kind of an identity and a little more consistent. But it's, but one thing that's helped them grow quite a lot is the depth and the quality of our defensive line, I think. And then our linebackers have steadily improved as well.
Coach, more than halfway through training camp, I know you're a big psychology guy. Where is this team mentally? Do they hope things are going to happen well for them, or do they know that they're going to play well and good things are going to happen?
I think, and I think that's always kind of a maintenance item that you always push on that. We've had a great off season, a very competitive off season. It was, instead of going to the weight room and people are working because you have to go to the weight room, it was like an event. It was an exciting event to be in and be a part of. And then afterwards, they'd compete and everything. And you'd even hear guys continuing to compete, after it was dismissed, basically.
Well, that's what I saw. You talk about that word, compete. That's what I saw at practice, flying around. Shells, it was kind of like, what was the point of the shells? I mean, guys were hitting and doing all those sorts of things, and even maybe got on the quarterback a little too much. I saw you. Most coaches would get after the guy who hit the quarterback. You actually got after the O-line. I mean, talk about what your impression, what your philosophy on that was.
Well, philosophy is if you play O-line, don't let anybody hit him, and so so I feel like, and like I say, they've had a good camp. I thought that. A little spotty today, and but some of it, the credit goes to the defensive line. One guy that got through was Hercules Matafa, who's redshirted last year, and he's playing real well right now.
Coach, turnovers. Everybody knows that that's the stat you look at, and that can dictate wins or losses. Struggled there a little bit since you've been here. Has that been a big-time point of emphasis, and if so, what have you guys done to make sure you address that?
Big emphasis. In practice, no matter what, they try to strip every play. The other thing, I think the fact that we're running to the ball better and our front's affecting the quarterback, I think that's helped. And then, and really just the mentality, which Coach Grinch has started from the day he got here.
Run game this year? I saw a little bit under center. It seems as though that, I know you always want to run the ball. If you can, you're going to do it. But for this year with the returning offensive line, do you feel confident in that aspect of the offense?
Well, we got all our backs are back too. They're young, but we've got both backs back, and then Keith Harrington, who we redshirted, and they've looked really good in camp. And then, as everything gets synchronized together, I think then that steadily improves it. And then, we're messing around under center just to stay part of the establishment a little bit.
Coach, this is, whenever a coach takes over, we always talk about, hey, give this guy some time. A couple seasons ago, your team is a bowl team. Last year, not so much. These guys had started the show saying, hey, they expect to see you guys bowl eligible again. How does this team this season compare to maybe the one that was a bowl team from a couple of years ago?
I think this is a better team. I thought, when we went to the bowl, it was the first time in like 12 years, so I thought that was a good effort by that group. And then I felt like we should have gone last year. We were close to everybody. Who's who in America in the toughest conference. We were close. Should have had the ability to finish better. Some of it, I think, our youth was exposed a little bit. And then this is the best team that we've had since I've been here.
Gotcha. Well, I think, the thing that I also saw was a lot of playmakers. What were some of the guys, especially that maybe fans haven't seen in the last couple of, last season? Who are some of the guys that really have stepped up and become playmakers for you?
Well, let's see. So randomly, I'll miss some. So to those I miss, I apologize. Too bad for you. And then I think Peyton Bender, Peyton Bender, quarterback. I think Keith Harrington, running back. Kyron Priester, receiver. And then Tavares Martin is a receiver. Daniel Lilienthal's doing some good things. And then the inside guys, I think that, for the most part, they played last year. I think John Thompson's doing some really good things, though. They played last year, and then, but, they've improved to the point where they're kind of like different people. And then in the secondary, Shalom would be one, and then Moulton, corners another, Kirkland Parker. On the defensive front, Hercules redshirted last year. I think Frankie Luvu's going to do some good things at linebacker. And, I'm sure somebody got gypped in that laundry list. But
I'm pretty sure you got everyone there.
I think you covered good. You didn't say Nigel Burton.
Well, we're still real young, and so as a result, the exciting thing is some of these guys that got things started, got thrown to the wolves early, have steadily gotten better, and then we've also got some quality guys with redshirted.
So, Coach, back to the quarterback position for a second. You've done this for a long time. What's the thing that tips the scale? Both of them playing well in training camp. What internally do you feel that says that's going to be the guy?
Part of it's running the team, the ability to run and move the offense, and then and how the rest of the players respond to you. And the other thing, they both do a good job of that. And I think it's been very tightly contested. Both of them will play in some form or fashion, but then obviously we have to select the guy that leads off.
Coach, I've interviewed you, I don't even know how many times. I think this might be the very first time we actually did football from start to finish. And I don't know if I actually like that, because you and I have this really good non-football thing going, and all of a sudden I think we're breaking the streak here.
Well, yeah, I don't know. You were sporting the shorts today, looking kind of casual, and so, and you might have shorts every day, but usually there's a coat and tie, everything going up top, and which those out there in TV land don't necessarily realize this, but some of those distinguished guys sitting behind those desks in coats and ties, they throw those on right before they go on air, and they're sitting there in shorts and flip-flops underneath. But
that's a secret.
I usually sleep in my suit and tie, so it's game day every day for me.
I kind of had that image, preparation never stops type of guy.
We like that. It's the way. What's our saying? You're saying that I always steal the way we do small things.
The way we do all things. It's like your hair, always on point.
We try our best.
There's no question on that. Yeah. Of course, actually, you too.
He's on it. He is definitely on it. Coach, it is always great to have you on the show. You're actually not done with us. You were kind enough to take a long walk. It was an unforgettable walk for Ashley Adamson. That story's coming up in a little bit. I'm sure you're never going to forget it.
No, it's a good walk. You should have seen the camera guys try to make it down the hill.
Just walking back. Those guys are in their keep.
We're storming down the hill. We're going to speed up a little, see if we could topple them.
So, We'll see that walk with Ashley Adamson and Coach Leach coming up, but it's more about the offense. It was the most prolific passing attack in the nation a season ago. The quarterback that's battling for the starting spot's next.
Pac-12 football training camp is presented by 76. We're on the driver's side.
It's the training camp tour rolling on. We're in Pullman, Washington. How about all the fraternities and sororities? Ernie Kent, the basketball coach, one of our former colleagues at the Pac-12 Networks, handing out 400 pizzas to the fraternities.
And not one for us.
He stopped by our set. I told him, I'm hungry right now. We've been out here. Where's my pizza? He said he didn't have any for me. He did ask how Mike Leach in that interview went. And of course, there was a lot of good things to say about Coach Leach. And you think about Coach Leach, it's always one thing. It's about the offense and more about the passing offense. A season ago, this is a team that only averaged 40 yards on the ground. Take me through what we typically see that is working.
Well, this offense is based on repetition against a variety of different looks. So you'll see as Isaiah Myers a year ago at the top of your screen, he's going to run a simple crossing route. Sometimes he would have seen man, sometimes he sees zone. He sees man here, and he can stair-step the defender. That gives him the ability to find a little bit of space, and you find touchdowns. So really a nice job of adapting to what the defense does. They'll also beat you formationally. They'll stress you that way as a defensive coach, Nigel, right?
Yeah, especially against this guy. I'm telling you right now, this is against Portland State, and whoever coaches that corner, oh, no, wait, that was me.
Oh, no.
great coverage, a better play.
Yeah, 3-by-1, they can really stress you. They did a nice job. And these receivers, they go one-on-one every day. When they're in that situation, they're usually going to find success.
And while we're messing with my defense, let's keep it going. Most offenses don't use the screen game as a staple of what they do. But at Washington State, because of the 5-man protection, they actually invite teams to come blitz you because they'll make you pay with the screen game here. It's great timing. Receiver hits his head on the goalpost. Another way that they do it too, once again, inviting pressure. And now you'll see that they actually use the horizontal game to beat the Ducks' athletic defensive backs here, just running where the space is open, using rub routes, using great route running to just get away from the defenders.
Well, speaking of Mike Leach, let's focus in more on that offense and the fact that there are a lot of things that are working well, as Yogi, you had pointed out, especially in that passing game, first in the country in terms of passing offense. However, they were last in the conference and in FBS play in rushing offense. So also let's keep in mind, as I mentioned before, only averaging about 40 yards per game. Nigel standing by with some large men.
And big guys is an understatement. I'm going to tell you right now, I am standing on this bench, standing next to Gunnar Eklund, starting offensive lineman for Washington State. The only way that I can even come close to seeing eye to eye with him is standing on this bench. So we've got Gunnar here to introduce the rest of the starting offensive line here at Washington State. A bunch of big guys. Here you go.
First off, we have today is Shake and Bake right here. Joe Dahl, number 56, left tackle. Now we have Riley the Wizard Sorensen, his center. Then we got my boy Frank Eddie Middleton. Here we go, number 73. And starting right tackle from Washington, like your boy, the Moose, Cole Madison. From the Goon Squad, back to you, the guy with the second best hair in the Pac-12 network. Thank you.
Appreciate that, Gunnar. We want to wish you the best of luck with your hair skills. We know you're struggling a little bit right now. But anyway, we're here with a man with great hair, but also great skills at wide receiver, River Cracraft. River, this offense is based on repetition, repetition, repetition. This is your third year now in this system. Where have you found yourself most comfortable in Mike Leach's system?
Right here in the slot, you know, you get a lot of balls, you get a lot of different looks. You know, it's just a blast going out there and being able to see different looks and kind of learn the game from that aspect. So I've just had a lot of fun looking forward to this year.
Seems like on critical downs and distances, third down, red zone, you're the guy that Luke Falk is going to look for and usually throw it to, and you've made the play for the majority of the time in your career. What do you love about those downs when everyone in the stadium knows that the ball's probably going to you?
I love being the guy, and you know, we have a lot of guys this year: Kyron Priester, Gabe Marks, Dom Williams, Tyler Baker, Robert Lewis. You know, we have a lot of guys that can be that guy this year, and you know, it's going to be a little different this year, and we're going to spread the ball around, and everybody's going to get a shot, and I have faith in everyone, so it's going to be a fun year, and I'm really looking forward to it.
All right, so let's go to one of the favorite plays we've seen on film, all right? You're the slot receiver. We found a quarterback. Luke Falk's going to play QB. I want you to take us through. Line up out there. I'll be your Mike linebacker, okay? So we're in the red zone. It's a third down from the 5-yard line. Place is clearly packed, everyone on their feet. I'm going to play the Mike backer against zone coverage. Talk us through what you're seeing, what you're expecting, how you run this route.
Well, first thing I'm looking at is who's in front of me. You know, if I'm pressed or if I gotta take a certain angle or such. So, in a look like this, I would say I'm not pressed. So, first thing I'm doing is I'm trying to get under the sandbacker. So I'll take my route here. Once I see the Mike, I'll try and stair step him a little bit, try and get out of his vision, and then I'll start running. That's when I start looking back at the quarterback. And depending on what this guy does, if he bails, I'm sitting here. If he sprints this way, I'll swipe back right here with the catch, and if he stays right here, just doesn't move, then I'm sprinting that way and hoping for a ball over the top.
All right, so let's try one a little bit fast, about half speed, all right? Let's see what you got. I'm going to play Mike backer. You play the wide out. Here we go, Luke. Let's see what you got. I know it's an intimidating force here on defense, man, but I'm going to talk a little trash here in Martin Stadium. Raise the roof. Oh, yeah, let's wall him off. Oh, there he goes. Oh, no way. That's how it's done.
Something sort of like that, yeah. It just all depends on what the Mike linebacker does.
All right, everything off the Mike linebacker. Look for River in the red zone on third down. Mike, we're looking back at you.
All right, Yogi, it seems like whenever we talk about those wide receivers, it's stud after stud after stud. And Gabe Marks, coming off that red shirt campaign, let's not forget what he did 2 seasons ago. 74 receptions. That was a team high. And if I'm not mistaken, second most in school history. Also had 7 touchdowns this season, was the second most on the team. Seems like Luke Falk's going to have plenty of weapons to throw to in this offense. We've talked about your role. This is a competition. We keep throwing that out there. Peyton Bender and you who has some experience from a season ago, in your mind, how is the competition shaping up?
That's good. I mean, competition's always good. It's making our team better, making the offense a lot better. Him doing a good job and me doing a good job is just making this whole process go a little faster.
Well, like we talked about off camera, there's no coaches that are watching this broadcast trying to figure out, okay, what's Luke going to say? So give everybody just a few of the wrinkles that are a little bit new this year, new players, new things that we can expect to see that are different from this offense this year.
You know, like one thing, we'll probably go a little under center this year, just kind of change it up. You know, we have a few guys that are sticking out in particular, like Gabe. I mean, he's coming back. We got a good outside in Dom and Kyron Priester. I mean, I really could name the whole receiving staff and and all that. But then the guys up front, that's probably our tightest group. And I think those guys are going to be a real strong key for the offense.
Nice.
Luke, in terms of your leadership role, we saw what Connor Halliday was able to do on the football field in terms of galvanizing this offense. What have you done this offseason to take on that leadership role?
You know, just kind of organizing things outside of football. And I think we have a lot of good leaders on this team, and they've done a nice job this offseason of just, you know, doing more activities outside of football. You're around everyone during workouts and all that, and that kind of gets, you know, old. But I thought we grew as a team more outside, and I thought on the team of getting those activities and you know, organizing them together.
What kind of activities though? Because I'm thinking we guys all get together, study hall, just kind of have the books opened up. Is that what you mean?
No. I mean, we got pool parties, we got volleyball. I mean, basketball. You know, I even threw down a dunk. Nobody knew I could dunk on this team.
Who did you dunk on someone though?
Yeah, some guy from the rec. I
was gonna say, get the real trash talking going.
Yeah, it's probably Jeremiah.
Well, you talked about that leadership, which is going to be key, especially at your position. And I think, you know, I know you don't always like to talk about yourself, but your story is so intriguing. Former walk-on, coming in, and you know, what things did you have to overcome just to put yourself in this position to run such a great offense here at Washington State?
Well, mentally, you just got to, you know, prepare yourself. There's a guy in your recruiting class that had 4 stars, and he's got the scholarship, and he's going to get the more opportunities, and you just got to, every shot you get, you got to, you know, make the most of it and really just work your butt off and see, make the coaches and really get the respect of your teammates. I think that was the biggest thing, just get my teammates respect and just showing that I worked hard and I really love football, and then got my opportunities and just made the most of them. And really, it was a marathon, not a sprint. And just know if I had a bad day or he had a good day, that, you know, the next day I can, you know, play better. And yeah.
Look, you've been giving a lot of praise to other guys. Talk about your offensive line. I know Nigel brought up those guys. You said you can name every receiver essentially and talk about what they can bring to the table. Is there that bailout guy, your favorite target? Do you have one right now in this offense?
You know, probably my favorite target's the guy that's open. So,
but they always come back and tell you they're open, I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean, you see the hand go up and all that. And I forgot to mention the backs, too. Our backs are doing a nice job. But, you know, I don't really have a favorite target besides the guy that's open.
Yeah, all right, that's fair. That's fair. Stay in the political role. I can understand that. Wish you nothing but success this upcoming season.
Thank you.
I'm glad you brought up Jeremiah Allison. He's going to be joining us. We'll get a closer look at this team's defense. The new defensive coordinator, Alex Grinch, going one-on-one with Yogi Roth. It's coming up on the Football Training Camp Tour, and it's presented by 76.
No number for you. You have to earn your number around here. Let's go, let's go, let's go! Ready, set, hit! You gotta go! You better run! Let's go, great day, folks. Great day, let's go! See it! Hey, and what we talking about, don't let things surprise you. Linebackers, we gotta keep the ball between us. Somehow, some way. Set, go! Ha, we ain't slowing down for anybody. Ha, come on, turn around. Hey, ha, right foot, left foot, turn around. Here, turn around. Here, that's it. Okay, here we go, turnover. Do another one, 2 hands. Let's go, man, need picks. Join the takeaway party. Go, wrap. Good, that's it. Say, go, wrap. There you go, good. Right there. Second guy in, get it out. Here's our 20 technique wheel linebacker. Go get it! That's it! That's why we run! That's it, D! That way to get it out! That's it, Pip! Go, Hunter! Run your feet, Hunter! Run your feet, Hunter! Run your feet, Hunter! Keep fighting! Good fight. Good fight.
Hey, 2 front on 3. 1, 2, 3. Good fight.
Welcome back to Martin Stadium in Washington State. I want to thank Washington State for that incredible mic'd up piece on defensive coordinator Alex Grinch, who joins me now. Coach, thanks for coming out. Appreciate you. I want to talk about the standard that you set for this team at the start of training camp and where you think they are about midway through.
Well, I think at this point, you highlight the fact that I think our effort has improved over the course of. I go back not just this fall camp, but back to spring football. I think the guys have bought into the fact that effort's the equalizer. It's the great equalizer in this sport and in all sports. And then with that, what we've seen is an increase in execution, regardless of the call, man, zone, blitz. Dropping 8 guys in coverage. It doesn't matter what it is. Whatever the call is coming from the sideline, we got to execute our responsibility. So, from that standpoint, they're without question, we've made strides, and obviously we got a long way to go before week 1, and we're going to take advantage of every minute up until then.
A lot happens in college football. Offenses are always changing, defensive schemes are altering, but one fact remains: turnovers usually dictate games. They've struggled here in the past turnovers. I know that's been a point of emphasis for you and the defensive side of the ball. How have you attacked that?
What we've done is tried to, I've used the word brainwash. We're trying to brainwash them into believing that every play of football is an opportunity to get a takeaway. And what so often happens is kind of people default back to the luck side of things. The ball, certainly we can't control where it bounces, but we can certainly impact whether or not it's on the ground. So that's kind of been, part of that's a mindset, is that, attacking the football, whether it's in the air or a ball carrier is carrying it. And part of that, in order to do those things and be aggressive, and I use the word attack, you got to know where you're going. You got to know when you're supposed to be there, because it's hard to be aggressive and have that attacking mindset if we don't do the right job as coaches, as teachers. So that's kind of been our aim. But without question, I mean, we got a kind of stole from a couple of NFL franchises a takeaway ball. Every time you hit the practice field, you hit the ball, just as a reminder that this thing's it's all about the football. So we have an opportunity to get the ball back to our offense every single snap, and that's our aim.
Thanks a lot, Coach. We appreciate the time. Mike, I'm going to send it back to you. You're the guy who brainwashes all of us, man.
Yogi, do what I say. Do what I say. Unfortunately, no one ever listens to me. As you take a closer look, I wish I had more power brainwashing people. Closer look at these Washington State defensive numbers. Alex Grinch, who we just heard from, is going to try to turn this around. Turnover margin, which you don't see here, something Yogi talked about a little bit earlier in the show, also will be key. Our Nigel Burton sticking on that defensive theme, talking about those linebackers earlier today.
One of the things that's going to be integral for this defense going to a 3-4 is the playmaking ability of the linebackers crew. Only 3 picks last year. They've got to increase their production. One of the things that they're going to work on here is the drop drill. It's really working on the linebackers' drops, getting underneath wide receivers, working the quarterback size, and making picks. Let's take a look.
Step up, you ready to go. Wider, Greg. Here you go, sit, go. Get back, get back, get back, get back. Flat break. Good, overtake. Next guy, let's go. Hey, just so you know, I get this guy every time. Sit, go. No. Hey, my hands did not come off the ball. You set in the hook. Inside.
My hand's not off the ball.
My hand's not off the ball. Good. I can't throw.
Awesome. That was great. So, as you heard from Coach Wilson, one of the things they're really working on is making sure that those linebackers don't get put out of place by a quarterback's pump fake. And so you heard him say, wait until that quarterback's hand comes off the ball so they know that it's legitimately coming out of the quarterback's hands. Hey, it was a great drill. Thanks to Coach Wilson, Coach Leash, and Washington State football for giving us that inside look.
All right, we'll keep on this defensive theme. One of the linebackers, Jeremiah Allison, good enough to stop by with us. It's great to see you again. I saw you down in Burbank. I was disappointed. I wasn't able to ask you this question when we were down in Burbank because I think your story is absolutely fascinating. Yale, Princeton, and a slew of other Pac-12 schools were hot on you as you were this close to becoming the valedictorian when you were in high school. Jessica, who's at Brown, is at the.
Yeah,
we're going to forget about her for just a second. Why Washington State when you had schools, the Ivy League schools, a school like Stanford, a school like UCLA when Rick Neuheisel was there? Why did you decide here to head to Pullman?
Well, basically just the recruiting process. You know, Coach Leach is a wonderful recruiter. He actually came down to my high school at Dorsey, sat in, you know, the office, and you know, when they came out and recruited me in LA, they actually came to my house, and you know, they tell me everything they have to offer. So, you know, I was really awed by what they had to offer.
Nice, nice. Well, in order to have those great grades, you got to know how to finish when finals time comes around. Now, my question is, as this defense takes their finals, what's it going to take for this defense to play championship-level football and finish games this year?
Well, you know, of course, we got to take it one day at a time. But, you know, what Coach Grinch always preaches is turnovers and running to the ball. If you can do those two things for Coach Grinch, then you can play on this defense.
Right.
You know, I look at some of the youth movement that was there surrounding this team a season ago. If I'm not mistaken, 6 freshmen played last year at either a safety or a corner. How does that help you guys this season when you talk about Coach Grinch now, who we heard from a little bit earlier, in terms of trying to produce on that side of the football?
Oh, well, you know, Coach Grinch is really hands-on. He's been, you know, involved with, you know, all positions. So the fact that, you know, he's the secondary's coach and we went through our growing pains already, we're able to get out there and play football at a fast pace.
Oh, you talk about growing pains. I mean, that's the thing. Everybody goes through a transitionary period. What's been the biggest transition for you going to a full-time 3-4 defense and some of the things they're asking of you this year?
Well, the biggest transition has just been picking up on the scheme. Basically, you know, having everything with Coach Wilson, meetings with Coach Wilson, meetings with Coach Grinch, just having them be in my ear and telling me what to do has been, you know, a blessing.
Oh, great. Well, I know there's all this, you know, the cerebral football player, but I know there's got to be something to get you excited. What has you the most excited about this defense and this season?
Oh, man, just the turnovers. You know, this has been the most turnovers I've ever seen, you know, our defense have. So, you know, we can get the ball back to Coach Leach, get the ball back in Luke's hand, get the ball back in Peyton Bender's hand, and then we're going to be all right.
You heard that?
I was just going to say, I was like, hold on, just
too.
Luke's, and then he said Peyton as well. We've been trying to figure out who the starting quarterback is going to be. You have any insight for us? Because you're playing the role of politician right now.
Yeah, he's backpedaling now.
Being the law guy that I am, I plead the fifth.
I like that.
Love it.
Absolute pleasure having you on set with us. Thank you very much again. And if you haven't seen Life in a Walk, we have our filmmaker, Yogi Roth, who's standing by with Washington State's filmmaker.
Thanks, Mike. Yes, here with senior safety Taylor Taliulu and also a budding filmmaker. The Grind. All Washington State fans have seen it. We love it. 4 episodes are already out. This is your brainchild. How did you come up with this digital web series about your football team, all access style?
I kind of just wanted to give an inside look at what we do on a day-to-day basis and let the fans know that, you know, we're really working and we're doing things to get the season rolling.
Well, fans are definitely loving it. Everybody's talking about it on social, every platform you can imagine. So congratulations on that. But you still got a season to play. Yep. And your back end, I know you seem extremely motivated to prove that the numbers last year aren't a testament to how talented you truly are. Where has this secondary grown in training camp?
You know, Coach Grinch has came in and done a tremendous job of getting the secondary right, both physically and mentally. And, you know, I think we just need to keep working and follow him, and we'll be successful this year.
Well, you're definitely successful in many ways. We appreciate your time. We'll continue to be tuning in to your series. We're really excited about you and your future. Mike, back to you, but we have a producer. Next year on The Drive, he's not playing in the NFL or somewhere else. He's going to be on our crew, all right?
Yogi, we're always looking for production talent. I'm going to bring him with me back to San Francisco. He'll be working for us at some point. An unforgettable Mike Leach walk. Trust me, you do not want to miss the conversation he had with Ashley Adamson. That's coming up next. It's the Pac-12 Network's training camp tour presented by 76. Mike Yam, Yogi Roth, and Nigel Burton with you to take a look at some of the impressive numbers for Mike Leach's teams. Those national rankings, I'll tell you what, not a surprise at all. First in the Pac-12 in FBS and passing offense a season ago, averaging 480 yards per game. What goes through the mind of Coach Leach as he's going to work every single day? Ashley Adamson found out.
Well, Mike, it should come as no major surprise that Coach Leach takes a somewhat unconventional method of transportation to work every day. He walks from his home here in Pullman to his office on campus, nearly 4 miles both directions. Rain, shine, snow, it doesn't matter. It happens to be a beautiful day here this morning, and he invited us along to take the stroll. Let's see what happens. Good morning.
Oh yeah.
How
yeah.
are you?
I thought we'd probably reload it, but that's
Yeah.
good.
Did you cook this up?
I did. I whipped it up just now, actually.
Which way are we gonna go?
Well, let's check over here. And the best way is to go straight over this field. When this is too high up in green, I usually take another route.
What is this? Are these
These
garbanzo?
are, yeah, you can eat them if you want.
Do you know
probably
who owns
kinda
this land? Are they okay with you?
Yeah, he's a good fella.
If you could be one wild animal, what would you be, Coach?
That's a good question. Something kind of independent. The bear, and if you went smaller like a raccoon, you know, that kind of has the run of things. Here's a bunch of llamas here.
Oh, llamas.
There is a real cool cemetery over here that looks like something off of Dark Shadows. When I've walked through there, seen kind of the goth crowd, and I don't know if they're planning to have a seance or get their picture taken.
Yeah.
So they go a ways back, you know.
Do you ever go in?
Oh yeah. 1857.
Do you know anything about any of these people?
Oh, I've always wondered, you know, what is it? Is it, you know, the founding fathers of Pullman, or is it just a family thing? And I wish I could remember what it is.
You could just make it up. You can say.
Well, I've done that.
Yeah.
I've done that.
Did you ever get lost?
A little bit, but not. I mean, not completely.
Okay, so now we're getting into town.
Yep.
And you're ready for your second cup of either coffee or tea.
Well, yeah. All right, go Cougs. How you doing?
Doing well, yourself?
So I need the typical tea concoction that'll generate energy.
Sure.
Well, this is like going to see Merlin the Magician, you know? Yeah, that'll make you glow in the dark.
This is beautiful. It's my first time on this part of campus. Can we take one quick look out here?
Sure.
So this is all new.
This press box used to be a tree house. It wasn't a press box. It's like the Swiss Family Robinson would have never lived there. You know what I mean? That's the library right there. So every kid knows where the library is. Where's the library? Have you been to the library? Damn right, it's right there.
I made it officially, right? At about 4 miles? Is that just under 4 miles?
3.5.
3.5. Okay.
Yeah, no, it was pretty good.
How was my timing, you think?
It was pretty good.
Did you walk slower than you normally do?
Yes, I did.
Oh, okay.
But, you know, it's good, and we got to see a bunch of stuff.
Well, I know that's a walk that Ashley Adamson is never going to forget. And the only thing that potentially could top that is if they had cameras rolling in the car as we were driving here from the hotel. Potentially, maybe. But we are going to talk more about this Washington State program. All-American here at the running back spot a few years ago. We're not going to say what years those were. Remaze Joyce is here, who's actually on the ballot for the All-Century team, which, by the way, we'll get some more info on pac-12.com. We'll talk about that in just a second. But a few years ago, Ruben, we were on campus during our training camp tour, and there's a lot of construction going on. Last year, a lot of the construction was completed, and we got to tour some of these facilities. Something tells me it looks dramatically different than when you were playing here.
Oh my gosh, totally different. Yeah, it's talk about capacity in terms of seating, having a place for the student athletes to eat up in the 4th floor of the facility at the very end for the coaching. But the most important thing is that locker room. Yeah. Locker room's pretty amazing, and the weight room is expanded, and so I think it's fantastic for the for the athletes.
Now you notice he talked about the place to eat first.
Yes.
That's always make sure you know where to eat first. Obviously we've talked about the facilities and the weight room and the locker room and all those things, really to help take the next step for Washington State football. In your opinion, what are some things that really need to happen for the Cougs to get back to where they were not too long ago, winning 10-win seasons and all those things?
Well, I think it's just the athletes, having this winning mentality. I think it's going to take a couple of big wins over the Pac-12 games this year. And leadership, I think Mike Leach is ingraining some leadership and some things in practice and some thought processes going forward. And I think it's going to take a while to do that. And so it's going to take a combination of leadership, hard work, getting the right athletes, the right positions, and a good running game, obviously.
Absolutely, right? Absolutely, right? And talk about great running games.
Right.
I'm curious, in your mind, what some of the things that are, your favorite memories from this place. Now, we're running a little clip here. 357 yards was an NCAA record against the Ducks back in 19.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
But what were some of your favorite memories from here in Martin Stadium?
You know, it was games against Utah and having USC come to Pullman. Can you imagine that? And Stanford come to Pullman and have a chance to play a Pac-10 team in our stadium was great. You know, the guys that I still know after playing all those years, Mike Dreyer, the offensive line, Mark Rippon, who lives up in Spokane. So staying in contact with those guys. But having those Pac-10 teams play in our stadium was wonderful.
Well, I made reference to the fact that you are on the ballot for the All-Century team as well. Sort of interesting as we take a closer look here at sort of the characteristics. And by the way, everyone can get an opportunity to chime in and give the fan vote on pac-12.com. It's got to be pretty gratifying for you to be part of this.
Absolutely an honor. You know, just to be at Pullman and to be a student athlete here. I came from Canada. I'm a farm boy. And I had a chance to come and play in the Pac-10 and then to excel. Great coaching, great leadership, lots of mentors, and then to go on to the NFL. And so wonderful experience. I have complete gratitude for that opportunity.
We appreciate you stopping by with us, and I know the next conversation you're going to have is in Coach Leach's office talking about that running game. You want to see it ground and pound, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Something tells me that might not happen. Like some of the fans at least might want to see a little bit more of a running game. Probably not going to happen with Coach Leach, but wish you nothing but the best. Thank you again for stopping by with us.
Thank you so very much.
All right, it was easy for us. We just took a roster and we made our marks. The players that are actually going to make a mark on the field. That's coming up next as the Training Camp Tour presented by 76 rolls on. Back here on the Pac-12 Networks, Yogi Roth, Nigel Burton, and Mike Ham with we flash you back. October 4th, it was a day after my birthday. I was in the studio, I was watching Yogi, I was watching you call this game, and Connor Halliday, a record-breaking performance.
Oh, well, you got a day older. I'll tell you what, Connor Halliday just absolutely ripped it. Him and Jared Goff went touchdown for touchdown. It was a special night here in Martin Stadium for Cougs fans. Unfortunately, they didn't get the dub, but they still celebrated your birthday.
Yeah, I don't know if they were doing that. Jared Goff, by the way, was not slacking in that game. 5 touchdowns, a slew of yards as well.
527.
Yeah, he just had his feet up. He was coasting. Connor Halliday no longer with this program. He has moved on. Meanwhile, players that are still in the fold, potentially making a mark. Yogi, we thought it'd be fitting to start with you.
Well, shalom, my good man. Shalom, Luwani. Mazel tov to Washington State fans to get this young man. He's going to play a lot at safety. Dynamic player from American Samoa. Former soccer player. Great vision.
Darian Moulton from Chaparral High School in Temecula, California. Freshman. He's going to play a lot this year. Physical player, even though he's not big in stature.
Tavares Martin Jr. Know that name. He's been ripping it in scrimmages from Belgrade, Florida. Really talented wide receiver and one of the most talented receiving corps in the conference.
Kyron Priester. There's been some guys running around talking about, he reminds him of a guy named Crabtree. Pretty good player, 5-star transfer from Clemson. Explosive, big, strong, looking for great things this year.
Look, it's no secret the secondary at Washington State struggled a year ago. Kirkland Parker, transfer from Blinn Community College. He's an immediate upgrade, playing both sides of that defense, both cornerback positions. He makes them better instantly.
Keith Harrington. You know, how do I keep ending up with all the guys that are 5'8" and under?
Because we're studs, baby.
I tell you what, little guys making the world go round. My man Keith actually was a wide receiver when he showed up, was playing running back on the scout team, was killing the defense. They said, you know what, why don't you just stay here, young man, doing big things, guy in the open field.
Yeah, we kill shows like that, too.
I tell you what.
I'm just saying. Yogi, you're too tall to be with this group.
Yeah,
Come on, man.
I love that line.
Mike Leach, he was good enough to stop by with us and take a stroll with our Ashley Adamson. He's always quotable. We got an up-close and personal look at his ball club. Our final thoughts coming up next.
Pac-12 football training camp is presented by 76. We're on the driver's side.
Back here on the Pac-12 Networks, Yogi Roth, Nigel Burton, and Mike Ham with you, just winding things down here in Pullman. You know, we've been finishing out the show with what did you learn, right? So you, during the season, you got graduate level. I always call you Professor Roth. Coach Burton, you had an opportunity to see these guys up close and personal. You know that preseason media poll in Burbank, they were picked 5th in the North, and you are shaking your head saying, I cannot believe that they were picked at that spot.
5 fingers give 1 thumb down. There is no way. Here's the 3 things that I took from this thing. 1, they are athletic with a capital A. 2, they are supreme. I mean, they are physical now. I mean, they weren't even in pads today, and guys are getting thrown around. I mean, it was awesome to watch. And then the third thing is just the fact of how competitive. I mean, they were getting after it. They keep scoring practice, and those guys are talking to each other on the sideline like, hey, we got to get our points. I mean, they are getting after it. Now, the 3 things, they got to make sure, though, they got to limit those mistakes. They can't turn the ball over on offense. They can't give away easy touchdowns on defense and easy touchdowns on special teams, which has kind of haunted them. And they can't have those inopportune penalties, you know, that happen at the wrong time that kill momentum. If they they can play to their strengths, those strengths will turn into W's and into a bowl game.
Well, you said it. I mean, they're much more competitive. This is a very competitive afternoon. They've got depth, though, right? They went from 6 offensive linemen 3 years ago to 18 now. The receivers, they got depth for days, so I like that. Secondly, they spent a lot of time on special teams in this practice. Everybody knows that was an Achilles heel for them a year ago. And then finally, they got DQs, man. This team has dude qualities. They have some guys that literally look you in the eye. They have a purpose about them. Luke Falk's one of those guys. A lot of talented athletes. Expect them to shock a few people this year.
I would have been disappointed if you didn't drop a DQ in.
Hey, man, you got DQs. At
some point during the season, I think I'm going to hear that at least a few times on some of those game broadcasts. That'll wrap things up for us here in Pullman. For Nigel and Yogi, I'm Mike. Thank you so much for watching. Training Camp Tour, presented by 76, continues to roll on.